I'm going to briefly introduce Tallinn University's history, what kind of programs we offer, and what kind of activities students can carry out through their studies. So Tallinn University is a place that focuses on humanities, social sciences, and also human-centered technology. Of course, we offer a wide variety of bachelor's, master's, and also PhD programs. So we are kind of a young university, but also an old one. As you can see, our history started in 1919, when Tallinn University was called Teacher Seminar. But a few years ago, in 2005, a bunch of different educational institutes and organizations and universities were combined into one place called Tallinn University. And now we are growing fast and already ranked via different ranking systems in the international scope as well. And here you can see our 5 focus fields. So first one being healthy and sustainable lifestyle. So we actually deeply value being environmentally friendly, trying to reuse and recycle everything. And we try to take this mentality into everything that the university does. We also have a special person for that in the university, Vice Rector for Sustainable Development, who keeps an eye on us and makes sure that everything is as environmentally friendly as possible. And our second focus field is society and open governance. We have a lot of programs in English as well that teach the basics of law, politics, governance, democracy, and all kinds of societal issues as well. And then we have digital and media culture. As you can see from the stages of today's event, we really take pride in our focus on the media side. And of course, that is why we also have BFM, our film and arts school. And then we have educational innovation. As I mentioned before, Tallinn University started out originally as a teacher seminar. So this is really a central place for teacher education in Estonia. A lot of teachers in Estonia come from Tallinn University. And then last but definitely not the least, we have cultural competences. Meaning that you can study all kinds of different languages, history and culture of various places all around the world, starting from European languages, going all the way to Asia, for example. And we definitely are an international place of study. We have a lot of different partnerships with institutions around the world. You can definitely also go study abroad while already being here abroad in Estonia, meaning that you have this great chance of spending a semester or two abroad while your studies here. And the places are really varied. Of course, we have European universities as our partners, but also universities from all over the world. We are members of 6 large international networks, such as UNICA and EUA, meaning that the scope of internationalization is very deep here. And in terms of research, we also try to make the research projects as international as possible. And that is definitely very beneficial for our PhD students as well. So here you can see the university in numbers. We have around 7,000 students, together with Estonian and international students. And out of those 7,000, around 11% are international degree students. Of course, we also have a lot of Erasmus students with us studying in addition to that. And right now, I'm very pleased to say that we have students studying with us from 82 different countries. So next year, let's try to make it 100 countries. So to make the pool of people even more international. And what else? 13% of our academic staff are full-time lecturers from abroad. So not only is the student body very international, but also the team who will be teaching you and the researchers here. So it's a really, really nice experience in that sense as well. And of course, we can't not mention the rankings. Tallinn University belongs to the top 5% of the world's best universities. And what does it mean? It means that according to both QS rankings and the university rankings, we have been evaluated to be in the top 5% of all of the universities in the world. And you can see also that we are especially highly ranked in the field of education, arts and humanities, and also social sciences. So here you can see kind of an overview of our academic units. We have BFM, with its production center. BFM students have a chance to make the most of it in their sound studios, stages, and all of the necessary places for producing films and television. Then we have the School of Digital Technologies, School of Educational Sciences, School of Natural Sciences and Health. And of course, we can't go without our academic library, which is also in the campus. And then we have our School of Humanities, School of Governance, Law and Society. And then we actually have a college in a seaside resort town called Haapsalu. They mainly teach Estonian courses, Estonian taught subjects. But it's definitely a nice place to visit as an international student as well. But as you can't probably come to Estonia right now during the situation that we are living in, then a perfect way of doing that virtually is our virtual tour. And you can take a walk around, see all of the 360 degrees views, go in different classrooms and see what's really going on here. And I will show you a couple of photos of our lovely campus as well. That personally is my favorite building. It's called Nova, which symbolizes everything new. And this is one of the main places for film students or cross-media, AV media students to hang out and carry out their studies. On the next slide, you can see our lab where we do all kinds of different sports-related experiments with real talent and real Estonian sports people. And here is just one of our computer labs. So technology-wise, everything is definitely top-notch, and you won't be missing any equipment while doing your schoolwork. And here, that's a really awesome place. That's our film studio, our film set. And our students are definitely involved in many projects during their studies here. So that's definitely a fun place to be, and I'm sure that many students who are interested in film-related programs are looking forward to spend their time there. And this is a very nice place as well, our assembly hall. So hopefully in the future, when you all will be students here at the university and will graduate already, you will be getting your diploma and a nice little flower together with it. So that's also a place to look forward to. And as I said before, we are definitely international, but also interdisciplinary, meaning that you have a chance to choose subjects that are not related directly to your program. So you're free to choose whatever you like from the course program at the university. And a lot of our programs are combined in such a way that you will be getting kind of this broad overview of the university as well and what it has to offer. But ultimately, you have a list of compulsory courses, but you also can choose quite a bit yourself. So that's really nice. And the programs we offer here are not only unique to Estonia, but to Europe as well. So we try to innovate and constantly improve the content that we offer here and that we teach here to definitely keep up with the times and the changing world. And every student in TLU actually passes a course which is called Life, or Elu in Estonian, and it means that you get to pick a project from a huge list of different projects, and you will be doing this project together with a bunch of students from all different programs as a little team. And the projects can be, for example, this year we had an integration topic to create content for introducing minority nationalities living here in Estonia. And you had to figure out the content and the communication plan. But then again, we also have projects that are related to building robots, or building apps or games. So it's really varied, and everybody can definitely find something for themselves that kind of has this teamwork element to it and a professional interest element as well. But now on to degree programs. So in English, we have 6 bachelors, 17 masters, and also a bunch of doctoral programs. And today I will focus on the bachelor's programs. Of course, during the day you will be getting a very detailed overview of all of the programs, so stay tuned for that. I will just very briefly introduce what we have here. So firstly, we have the Baltic Film, Media and Art School, which is the most important center for audiovisual media in Estonia, and I would say in the Baltics as well. And it's the only place in Estonia that teaches programs like that have to do with film art, audiovisual media, cross-media, and everything related to that. And the programs we have on bachelor's level are cross-media and audiovisual media. Later you will hear some interviews with the program managers and also some students of these programs. And actually some of our hosts are also studying these programs. And then we have a School of Governance, Law and Society, which focuses on teaching everything about politics, social dynamics, how organizations work, and stuff like that. So the programs that we have in there are liberal arts in social sciences, law, and politics and governance. So liberal arts programs mean that you get a very wide overview of what's going on in the field of social sciences in general, in politics, governance, democracy, and so on. So you will be getting a very kind of nice broad overview to understand how the society of today works. And the law program can be studied either here in Tallinn or in Helsinki. But in Helsinki, you have the opportunity to specialize in Finnish law. So generally, our Finnish students study in Helsinki. And then politics and governance, I think it speaks for itself as well, is also a very great and dynamic program. And later, you will hear all about them. And then we have School of Humanities, which teaches everything from languages, cultural traditions, and history. And here we have one program on bachelor level, Liberal Arts in Humanities. And again, the liberal arts programs in general give you a very wide overview of the topic. But actually, I know that at least when I was applying to bachelor's, I really wasn't sure what I want to study and where I want to study it and what even to do with my future. So a great thing that we've done here is we have this digital career advisor, which you can find online. And you can take like a little fun test which asks you questions like, related to your worldview, what you care about, what you don't care about. And then in the end, it suggests a couple of programs to you that would be a perfect fit. And you can also choose either bachelor level or master's. And of course, outside of studying the extracurriculars and additional things and experiences that you can do here at the university are equally as important. So the university organizes all kinds of film festivals, conferences, open lectures. We have summer and winter school, and kind of all of these fun events for you as well. Every once in a while, different important people from all over the world, like, for example, our president or leaders of international organizations have come to TLU to give an open lecture. And these are, of course, available to all students, but also people from outside the university. Whoever wants to listen can come and learn. And student life is definitely very active. Of course, now with COVID, it's slightly tricky, but open air activities are definitely doable, especially in the wintry Estonia. Right now, we have a lot of snow here, but we have Students' Cafe, different clubs like photography club, sports club. We have a really, really nice gym here at the campus as well, and like really big ball games halls for basketball, for example. A culture club, international club, and then ESN Tallinn, of course, for Erasmus students. And then for our older students who already have a family, we also offer the opportunity of childcare. So, as I mentioned before, we also organize the International Summer and Winter School. And this is a really nice way of kind of getting accustomed to Estonia, our vibe at the university, what types of lecturers we have and professors. So these are kind of these courses that last for around 2 weeks in summer and in the winter time. And currently they are done online, but hopefully in the future we will manage to do them in real life as well. And a little bit about the accommodation in in Tallinn. We offer different dormitories for our students, but many of our students actually rent an apartment together with their friends or course mates. So that's definitely an option as well. And you can find out more information on the housing website. And of course, we have our student ambassadors as well, who are ready to answer your questions during whichever time you write to them. So here you can see the link as well. If you have questions regarding, maybe some more personal questions like how do you survive the winter here, or what type of place is a good place for a date in Tallinn, or anything like that, then you can write to our student ambassadors who can give you this first-hand experience as a student themselves. And we have a bunch of other important resources. You already heard Kristina from Study in Estonia talking. So Study in Estonia is definitely a good website with all kinds of info about Estonia, the visa topics, and much more. And then also research in Estonia, if you're interested in carrying out research on a higher level here. And then we have our migration advisors. If you just Google Migration Advisor Estonia, then you can find the website if you have any questions with the practicalities of arriving here and how to deal with the visa or TRP questions. And then we also have Work in Estonia, because many of our students are interested in part-time work during their studies. And currently it's an option as well. Just make sure that it doesn't interfere with your studies. And we also have a bunch of social media channels for you to follow. You can find them by looking up Tallinn University almost on every social media channel imaginable. And the motto or the slogan of the university is Thinking Unlimited. And I think it really sums up the values and the essence of what we do here. So thank you for listening. And up next, I have Johanna coming to the stage, who is from the admissions office and who will tell you all about the admission requirements and everything related to that. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Johanna, and I'm one of the admission specialists here in Tallinn University. I will talk about the admission procedure and start with the application deadlines, which are based on citizenship. So non-EU citizens need to submit their application before the 15th of March. Then the next deadline would be for EU citizens and citizens from some non-EU countries as well. And there is a very long application period for applicants to bachelor's degree programs from Finland, Latvia, and Lithuania. Also, international applicants with temporary residence permit in Estonia can also apply in June. So about the application procedure, I will go step by step and explain the procedure just a bit and make sure that you know all the steps. So firstly, choose a program that you're interested in. For that, you can go to our website. We have thorough web pages for all the programs, and where you can read about the programs, you can meet the alumni, etc., and choose whatever works best for you. Our bachelor's programs require a secondary education, so make sure that you are qualified for bachelor's studies. We require a B2 level of English language proficiency and accept a variety of international language tests. The specific scores can be found on our website. There is also an exception for students who come from countries, for example, like the US, Canada, the UK, and have studied fully in English. And those applicants can be exempted from submitting a international language test score. So the country-specific requirements, they might not apply to everyone, but make sure that you check out the website for country-specific requirements and see if any apply to you. For example, it might be required that you notarize your documents in a particular way, or that your previous educational institution needs to send your transcript of records directly to Tallinn University. Then you can submit your application, upload all the required documents, pay the application fee, and click submit. You will receive feedback from the admissions specialist within a couple of days. We also have some pointers from the admissions specialists. First of all, do not leave submitting your application to the last minute. The sooner you submit your application, the sooner we can give you feedback, and you might have a chance to improve any shortcomings that your application might have at one point. There is also, for every program, you need to submit a written assignment. Put a lot of effort into it because it is considered a part of the admission exam. Your proof of English language proficiency needs to be valid at the time you begin your studies. And if you are still studying, currently, for example, you are in the final grade of your secondary education studies, just submit your application with the latest transcript that you have, grade list, and you have time until the 1st of July to send us your final documents. All the information about the application process is available on our website, and we will now show you a short video on how to submit the application via DreamApply.
In this video, we will show you how to start your application to Tallinn University using the online application system DreamApply. You can access it by going to estonia.dreamapply.com. Once you're there, make sure your citizenship matches the country in the upper right corner, as this affects the application deadlines applicable to you. So for this video, let's choose United States. Once you have that sorted and you scroll down the main page, you can see the list of all educational institutions in Estonia. If you click on Tallinn University, you can read more about us, but also see the full list of programs we offer. They're categorized by study level, bachelor, master, PhD, but also by department. The schools or what we call academic units. Let's say you wish to submit an application to our law program. You can find all information about the program, English language requirements, as well as the program-specific requirements, such as what questions to address in your motivation letter, in the description of the program. It also includes links to our website, which contains more specific information. To start your application, select the intake that is applicable to you and your citizenship and residency status in Estonia. If you're a first-time applicant, then you need to create an account. Once you have done so and received your access code, you can start your application. This is also where you can add another program of your choice to submit your application to. As in one intake, you can submit an application to a maximum of 2 study programs. So make sure to fill out all the required fields. When it comes to uploading documents, make sure you have high quality scans. The checklist reminds you to fulfill certain parts of the requirements. Especially important is the application fee, which needs to be paid in order to submit your application. Once you have successfully submitted your application, it will be reviewed by our international admission specialists and you will be given feedback on it. Please make sure to check your email and DreamApply accounts regularly for any updates regarding your application. Therefore, we wish you good luck with your applications, and if you ever need any help, then you can always contact us via our web form at tlu.ee/en/ask.
Elis, Joanna, thank you very much for this presentation. They were awesome. Thank you very much. And here we have some questions for you from the students that are watching us from home. So let's just get started. How is studying in Tallinn University? Is it a friendly environment? Is it a cold environment? How is it?
I would say that it's definitely a very relaxed atmosphere. I know that it really depends on the country, but I would say that in Estonia in general, the atmosphere at the universities is really chilled, relaxed. You can talk to your lecturers and professors at any point that you want. They are really open to having friendly chats with students. And it's definitely not a scary place to study, in my opinion.
No, yeah. Definitely, I agree. I'm also studying here, as you know. And yeah, definitely, I think the friendly environment that I found here is one of the most amazing things that I found when I came. But let's go to the admission process. What are the main issues that students usually face when going through the application?
Well, there is a long list of documents that you need to upload, so it's quite normal that you forget something. So that is mostly the main issue.
Yeah, I remember when I actually did my application, I was very surprised to find it so easy. There were a lot of documents, of course, and we had to fill our documents and our papers and everything, but it was very clear, and so I think this is definitely a plus.
Mm-hmm. I actually remember your application. You did very well.
Thank you. So now we are in a pandemic, as we all know, and students want to know how is the situation for this next term and when are students going to be permitted to travel in Estonia, also from countries not from the European Union.
Of course, we don't know exactly what the situation will be by September, but we will do our best to make sure that all the students arrive here. Unfortunately, there are some things that are out of our hands. For example, we can't foresee the travel restrictions, but we will definitely help our applicants and students as much as we can to make sure that they arrive. And hopefully it will be clearer and better than it was last year, since we already have gotten used to the new situation a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Alice, if you can tell us something about how the university faced the COVID pandemic from the educational point of view.
Well, we quite quickly went over to virtual studies, or in the beginning hybrid studies, meaning that some practical classes were still held in a very small circle, but the majority of courses and programs were completely online. And right now, in the beginning of second semester of this academic year, we also start off online. And then, depending how the situation will go, hopefully at some point we can return to real life studies as well.
Yeah. This is what we all want, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Talking about studying here at Tallinn University, I know there are a lot of scholarships that students can ask access to in order to study here. Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, sure. Well, there aren't a lot of scholarships at Tallinn University. There's a limited number of them. Hopefully, we will be getting more information of exactly what scholarships will be available to the students who are going to apply now. This will be cleared during springtime, before summer. But we do have some options, and some programs have more of those, some programs have less.
Of course.
There are also some study allowances for students who have already been admitted, and so it might be possible to get a study allowance, not a scholarship per se, but every little bit helps.
Yeah, of course. Coming back to the online studies, did students been asked about how were the online studies? Did you get some feedback from them?
Yes, personally I've gotten feedback from many different students who have been saying that it was surprisingly smooth. Of course, in a new situation there's always many errors as well, and that's inevitable. But overall, I would say that the university is quite happy how things were organized, and it was done definitely in the safest way possible, with distance learning being the main thing.
Yeah, I can confirm, because I was surprised to see how university continuously asked us, how are you following this process? Is it good for you? And they asked us a lot of feedback, and I really appreciated that, because it was a very difficult moment for all of us. But I think that like together we kind of overcame that.
Yeah.
We're going to winter, which is a very trending topic when we talk about Estonia. What are the most popular things to do in winter? So winter activities, and talking about the campus, are the buildings well heated in winter?
Do you want to take that one?
Yes, the buildings are very well heated.
Even too much maybe sometimes.
Yeah. Winter activities, was that the second part? Skating, skiing, if there's snow, of course. This winter has been great.
Yeah.
Last winter we didn't have snow, so I don't really know what we did then.
Just stayed inside and
wait for it to be over.
Drink some tea and get cozy and watch some good films. Probably that's the majority of evenings, I think, when it's cold.
And the Christmas time is a nice time.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, there are so many light installations and everything, so that kind of makes it cozier as well.
Yeah, the Christmas market is definitely
Exactly.
one of the most beautiful things about Tallinn in winter.
And it's supposedly one of the best and most beautiful Christmas markets in the whole world. I've heard from somewhere.
I take it. So, how fast is internet in Estonia?
Super fast. In the majority of cases.
Yeah.
No issues with that.
So Alice, you study and work in Tallinn University. What is it that you like the most here?
I think as a master student, I like the most how easy it is to combine my work and my studies. Of course, I am studying an Estonian taught program, and in general, the Estonian programs are a bit more flexible in that sense. But I think the ease of working and studying at the same time is a major plus for me. And now I just finished my first semester, so
Congratulations.
now thank you. So now I know that I can luckily continue on the second one, so that's a big relief as well.
Yeah, I feel it too. Do we have a place to eat inside school, and is the food good?
What do you think?
We do have places to eat in school. 3 places, I think.
At least 3.
3 plus the vegetarian one under the
Yeah,
Astra,
exactly.
so 3.5, 4.
Yeah. And the food is good. I think
good,
there's plenty of variety, and it's good. Also, we're located in the city center, so if you don't want to eat in school, there are so many restaurants with lunchtime offers, and there is a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, some very affordable options outside the university as well, which is really nice.
Yeah, I also think that cafes here in Tallinn University are very nice and very cozy. I always love them, both to eat and sometimes to study there with a cup of coffee and my laptop, and it was perfect. But we also have a gym, as you said, right? And it's, I think, one of the most beautiful building now. It's the newest. We have the basketball court, we have the gym, we have professional players and teams here in Tallinn University. I'm a big fan of the gym, and sometimes I'm there and there are the guys from the basketball or the volleyball teams, and I'm like, yeah, we are gym buddies, and they're super tall and super big, and that's my favorite part of the day.
Sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. What should students know before coming here relating to how to get to know people in university, or how should they feel, coming in university? A lot of people usually are nervous or anxious about that process, the very first days. How does it happen?
The best advice that I can give is take part in every activity that you can find. We have an orientation week, during which we have games and info sessions. So to get to know people, just come to the info sessions, participate in the games. We have the international club that organizes different events. So just try not to kind of be alone, and take part in everything that you can take part in.
Yeah, and currently, actually, the orientation week for incoming Erasmus students is going on, and it's organized online. So they will have little online party, and the lectures about Estonia still going on as well.
Yeah, that's very nice, because during those orientation weeks, we also get to know about Estonia a bit better, right? Also from the point of view of regulations, how does it happen?
Exactly. Yeah. You will get a lot of detailed info, on the practical side as well, where to get your phone SIM card, how to get internet, how to make a bank account, and so on and so on. So really practical.
Yeah, I can confirm.
And if you have any problems, you can always turn to your study counselor or the admissions office. And so even personal problems are always welcome.
Yeah, everybody is here for everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're studying and working, do you have any free time?
Depends on the week. Generally, yes, I still manage to find time for myself as well, and for my friends and family. But of course, towards the end of the semester, it gets quite hectic. So then I would say that I have no life.
So talking about health insurance and public transport, is it easy to apply for an health insurance, and how do you use public transports and the most of the services in Estonia?
So health insurance.
Yes.
EU citizens can apply for this EHIC card, European Health Insurance Card, which covers basic health issues in Estonia as well. Non-EU citizens have to get private health insurance. So, but it's relatively easy to get. You just need to sign a contract with one of the companies. And public transportation is also very easy, basically, but you do need to register as a citizen of Tallinn before you can use the public transportation for free. All citizens of Tallinn ride for free.
Yes, exactly. You have to get the green card for transportations, and then you basically have everything for free.
Then you just need to beep it.
Yeah. I would say also that as Tallinn University campus is really centrally located, you don't really even maybe need to use the public transport that much, because everything is kind of walking distance, depending of course where you live. If it's in the dorms, then one of them is also in the city center, so that's completely fine to walk as well. So that's really comfortable for students.
Yeah. One last question. What about libraries? Do we have libraries here in the campus? What about libraries in Tallinn?
Yes, we have like a section of our library here right in the central campus, but then we also have like a bigger one also in the city center quite close by. And of course there are many huge libraries around Tallinn and Estonia, and all students are welcome to join them as well.
Yeah, and there's also a very nice way to online to reserve books, and like you can connect to all the libraries. It's very easy and fast. Okay, so I thank you very much for these sessions. I think we answered all the questions that students had, so I think it's perfect.